It's crazy. Lil Kim had been warning everyone about Diddy years ago, but hardly anyone paid attention. She even spoke out about Biggie, yet people just brushed her off and laughed. Now, more and more celebrities are finally stepping forward to reveal what they experienced while working with Diddy. Back then, it was mostly voices like Gene Deal and Jaguar Wright telling their stories, but they were usually written off as being overly dramatic.
He told her he was going to take it. She knew it was going to happen. She was purposefully not just inside that night. It happened, and she was told she had to lie about it. And guess what? That lie held up until that boy turned 18, and he started having ideas of what he wanted to do, what he inherited. Because the paperwork was set up for Faith to not be able to receive a dollar from Biggie's estate unless it was from Christopher. She only had one child. But for the other children who required taking care of and feeding and all of that, all of them couldn't be set off of Christopher Wallace. They weren't his kids. See how that works?
Gene Deal even alleged that Diddy intentionally took Biggie to LA so something could happen to him.
What about the people that say Biggie was asking for him coming to LA so soon after Tupac got, and him getting on the radio rapping "Long Kiss Goodnight"?
Man, you could get 100 people in the room, and out of the 100 people, probably 3 would say it was all right for Big to be in LA. 97% of those people would say he had no business in LA at that time. We all knew that. Why would Puff rent studio time? Come on, man. Look, you gotta look at what people do, man. You know Pac just got killed. It ain't no kind of business Big was doing. Big couldn't even walk. He couldn't run. They was pushing him around in a wheelchair, brother. Why the hell would you rent studio time at LA for him to finish your album when in fact you got your own studio at Daddy's house? Let's keep it a buck. Let's stop this bullshit, man. Let's stop doing these interviews, man, about this shit. Because people ain't getting it. He did not want to beef with the Crip. Puff ain't want to beef with the Dog Pound, Snoop them or whatever. Big started that beef. You understand what I'm saying? Puff ain't want none of that beef. So what I'm gonna do is, y'all want the sheep? I'm gonna put them out the pack. Catch them if you can. If you got that wolf in you, catch them if you can. Why in the hell you would put your man in a situation by sending him to Cali to work on your album when you know not his nimbus but your nimbus was just by that you was running with? Why would you do
it? Was the same with Lil Kim. No one really believed her back then, but with everything coming out now, people are finally beginning to pay attention.
Irritated with the fact that, you know, how the situation is going down, especially what Puffy is doing. He's darn right about that. Puffy just crazy right now. You know what I mean? That's why I said, from my show, Puffy used to be ashamed of yourself. Because at the end of the day, if you're going to rock anybody that hard, you can rock with me that hard. You're going to rock anybody that hard. You know what I mean? And you can never make another big one. That's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. Like, what? Like, I don't get it. But, you know, at the end of the day, like, Puffy is Puffy. I mean, you know, it's all about what he can do, what he can teach people with. Puffy is all about himself a lot of times. He never really did nothing.
Back in the 90s, Kim grew close to Diddy after joining Junior Mafia, a group formed by the notorious Biggie, who was the one that first introduced her to Diddy. Despite being both her friend and her manager, Diddy never signed her to his label, Bad Boy Records. The reason? He didn't believe she had what it took to be a star. In fact, he even told MTV that she was too attractive to be rapping, and that female rappers weren't supposed to look like her.
How'd you guys hook up? Why'd you guys meet?
We met through Biggie. And it's funny because when I first met him, I thought he didn't like me because every time he saw me, he'd stick his tongue at me or he'd make a funny face. But then as the years went by, I saw how much love he had for me. I love you, Puff, and I'm so happy for you.
Let's talk a little bit about you. We hear all the guys screaming. I know the guys have groups. The male stars definitely have groups. Now, you must have. What kind of stuff do guys do when they come to your guys' show?
Wow, they do different things. I remember one time I was going to a show in Atlanta, and this guy came up to me and was like, "Oh wow, Lil Kim." He picked me up and threw me over his shoulder and started running out the airport. I was just really shocked. I wasn't really scared though. I was just like, oh my God, this is Jesus.
And what happened to him? We don't have to go there.
After Kim's debut album, Hardcore, sold over 1 million copies, Diddy still refused to sign her. He didn't believe female rappers could actually move that many records, but their issues went beyond business. In another recording, Kim claimed that Diddy always mistreated people, yet managed to get away with it because of his wealth and influence. She said he never supported her during her toughest moments, especially when she served time in prison from 2005 to 2006 for perjury. While she was locked up, she revealed that Diddy never visited, never wrote to her, and didn't even give her a phone number to reach out.
Like, I judge by what happens afterwards. When I was locked up, and here's where Puffy should feel really bad. When I was locked up, Puffy never put a $10 bill, a penny, a quarter in my commissary. He never wrote me a letter. He didn't try to come see me. None of that. I got people like Oprah. She wrote me 3 letters, right? She wrote me 3 letters and sent me 3 of her favorite books. I love her to this day for that because those books were so inspiring. And one of them, I'll tell you the name of them later, but anyway, Pirate Bank, like Mark Jackson's vote, whichever, completely dead. He told me everything that was going on from when he first woke up in the night. What does it say? Just say, let me make sure somebody who was a major part of my family is all right. Like when you locked up, the one major thing that makes you feel like, damn, this person really loves me, this is on my side, is that when they time out to do one little thing. It's not even the big things that matter, because it ain't the money. I was straight in jail. I had too much money in my commissary. When I came home, they had to send my money back. It wasn't that. You could have seen it through one time. You could have voted me one letter.
If that wasn't enough. While Kim was serving time, Diddy began collaborating with her rival, Nicki Minaj. When questioned about it, he brushed it off by saying Nicki was his artist now, and that he no longer worked with Kim, though he claimed he still had love for her. To make matters worse, Nicki even took a shot at Kim in a track with Diddy's group, Dirty Money.
People in a certain way. We've been those cats that people have aspired to be. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't be around Nicki if I ever heard nothing ever negative said about Kim. You know what I'm saying? I never heard nothing like that. But then when it comes to just being an MC, that's when I gotta stand back. You know what I'm saying? Now if they want to do things and be MCs, that's their business. I'm not with any negativity. I'm not with no beef. You know what I'm saying? And I love both of them. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, right now, Nicki Minaj, that's who my artist is. That's who I consult. That's who I do business with. I no longer do business with Kim on that level, but Kim will always have a special place in my heart. And it's like that. Kim is the queen. I mean, read in between the lines what you want it to be. It is what it is. Kim is the queen, and I love Kim. And Nicki's the queen in her own right. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly the way I feel about it. So don't twist my words. Don't make it no way it is or it ain't. That's what it is. And I think they should be doing records together, as a matter of fact, instead of doing anything that isn't showing unification. But yo, man, I can't preach to the choir. Everybody grown. I done been through my things, and everybody was like, yo, you went through your things. People got to go through their own things, and right now it's that dirty money time. I spoke on that, and that's what it is, and it's a positive thing, and that's what it is. Be clear.
It's Hot 97, Funk Flex, Diddy, Dirty Money.
And I will never forget the times I had with Kim, and we can have some more times.
That's
'cause
right.
I'm still
We need
here.
to get that last
Shout out to Lil Kim. Shout out to Kim. What's up, Kim? Shout out to Kim.
For real.
Shout out to Nikki. Congratulations on those numbers, Nick.
Yeah,
That's what's up. Let's go.
Kim also claimed that Diddy blocked her from some major career breaks. She revealed she was supposed to be featured on Sisk's smash hit Thong Song, but Diddy advised her to play Hard to Get, and the chance slipped away. She believes he held her back on purpose. And that wasn't the only time, according to Kim. Michael Jackson himself wanted her on one of his albums. After hearing her music, producer Rodney Jerkins even told her that Michael loved her sound and wanted her to be part of the project. But when they brought it to Diddy, who was managing her at the time, nothing ever happened. Kim admitted she was young and unaware of what was happening behind the scenes. But looking back, she feels Diddy may have deliberately sabotaged it.
Easy. Rodney Jerkins, he was working on Michael Jackson's album, and he was like, "Yo, I was playing Queen for Michael Jackson," and he was like, "Man, I love how she raps behind the beat, and it's so sexy." And he was like, "Yeah, so I'm telling you that to say, we're trying to get you on the album." I think I might, my leg is still trying to recover because I fell out the seat. And oh my God, yeah. You didn't get on that. It happened. Okay. Puffy was my manager at the time. Okay. And we brought it to Puffy. Puffy was like, Puffy can be a little bit controlling because I was like his little sister. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if him and Rodney were going through something at the time, but it just never happened because I was a kid, so I wasn't handling my business. And I remember seeing Rodney, and he's going, "Yo, I've been crying, and you don't want to be on Michael Jackson now? What? Are you crazy?" Of course I do. But I didn't know what was going on behind the scenes. So that was a missed opportunity, not due to anything I did, but like just, it was out of my control. And I really, 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 really just want to go.
Who's to say maybe Lil Kim also knew a lot more about what really happened with Biggie.
Person to motivate you. He always wanted anyone to succeed. He always wanted everybody to have a better life for themselves. He was just hungry. He just wanted to make his album. If he could get 500,000 fans, he used to say, he happy. That's what he used to say. He was like a teddy bear. He was just so cudgy, and I thought he was really nice. And he had this way about him with women. He was different from in Ready to Die to Life After Death. To me, he was a little bit more firm. You know what I mean? Because I guess he knew what was out there after that. He just got a little bit more mature and a little bit more business-wise. Really hated the fact that all of it was going on. He loved Tupac and everybody, like West that he had known. He loved them. He just knew that it was a bad thing when Tupac passed. He felt real bad. He knew that there were a lot of people out there that would probably be out there to get him, whether it's they wanted his money or whether it's they, just didn't like him because of the rumors. He knew there was people out there who wanted to get him, so he always felt for his safety. He felt for
Biggie met Diddy in 1992 after Diddy read an article about him in a magazine. Impressed, he arranged a meeting, and shortly after, Biggie signed with Diddy's newly launched label, Bad Boy Entertainment, in 1993. In 1994, Biggie released his debut album, Ready to Die, which became a massive hit. Tragically, just a few years later, he passed away in 1997. Over time, rumors have circulated suggesting Diddy may have been involved in Biggie's death. Some claimed Biggie was planning to leave Bad Boy, which allegedly didn't sit well with Diddy, an idea that Gene Deal has speculated on as well.
Be out there working on Puff album when you got the Hit Factory. You got Daddy's House. You got the place where Tupac was shot at, Quad Studio. There's plenty of places Big could have been. Why the West Coast? Come on, man. And then you got a half retarded nigga like Lil C. Big Love Holly. Big wanted his publishing. Big wanted his marketing. He knew he couldn't go nowhere and be who he needed to be without it. So if Puff would have told that nigga to go to hell with gasoline draws on, that nigga would have went to hell. All money ain't good money, brother. That's my take on it, man. I don't know if you like it or not.
Faith Evans, Biggie's wife at the time, came to Diddy's defense. When asked about the rumors, she insisted there was no way he was involved. According to Faith, Diddy and Biggie shared a bond that even she hadn't experienced with him. She explained that just because people knew each other or worked together, didn't mean they had bad intentions. She also noted that if she or Biggie's family ever believed Diddy had anything to do with his death, they would have taken legal action long ago. Although people tried to convince them to sue, they didn't think Diddy was involved. Still, many fans were skeptical, thinking Faith might be covering for him. At the time, rumors also suggested that Faith and Diddy were too close, which strained Biggie and Diddy's relationship. Jaguar Wright even claimed that Diddy had hired Faith to get closer to Biggie.
Biggie. She knew it was going to happen. She was purposefully not inside that night. It happened, and she was told she had to lie about it. And guess what? That lie held up until that boy turned 18. He started having ideas of what he wanted to do, what he inherited. Because the paperwork was set up for Faith to not be able to receive a dollar from Biggie's estate unless it was for funny, when you ask Faith how long her and Biggie was together before they got married, the story changes every time. It was 10 days, 20 days, it was this days, it was that day. I'm not saying that she didn't develop feelings for him. I'm not saying that she didn't care about the father of her son. I'm saying she was hired for one job. Her being involved with Pop in the midst of all of that. But she didn't know Pop was Pop. I mean, come on, none of this shit. What really does make sense is that Diddy has had a long career of using these crap niggas into making them do what he wants to do or using them to move them out the way. Struggling artists trying to make their way up, not getting the break that they needed. All of a sudden they stand next to the right guy and then now you know that guy is dead and they're okay for life. You know how many people in the business are? Ask me how much different Faith life, her whole life look, career look. How does a woman with that much talent end up married to somebody like Stevie J?
One of Biggie's friends, Gene Deal, revealed that Biggie once showed him a contract for a new label he was planning, reportedly worth around $62 million. Biggie told him he was about to get a major payday and create something big. Independent of Diddy.
Contract, and what happened was when me and Puff rode on the plane coming back down there, Puff gave me his briefcase and everything like that. Like, yo, here, like, me carry this. Say, all right, motherfucker, I got 5 hours, 6 hours on this thing. Let me see what's in the briefcase. And I seen big contract. And it was talking about, well, you get $250,000, you know, for signing. You're going to get another $250,000 and the thing go gold. Then you're going to get this much and you're going to get that much. And then at the end of the contract, I was skimming through it. At the end of the contract said, we're going to discuss about you getting your publishing and your marketing back. Right. So I was asking Big's questions about that because I didn't know what publishing was. I didn't know what marketing was. And Big was showing me a contract because I was saying to Big, Big was like, yo, Gene, I like you. I would take you with me, bro. But you love that nigga too much. I said, love that too much? What do you mean I love it too much? He said, yeah, you love him too much, bro. I would take you with me. I said, how you gonna take me with you and you broke? He said, I'm broke. I said, yeah, you broke, man. You owe Mike Gadget $30,000 for the system and those drop boxes he put in your truck. And he was like, yo, how you know that? I said, talk and run their mouth, dude. Yo, he said, but I'm about to get this money. So he showed me, I said, you about to get that money? He said, yeah, look at this. Charlie Baltimore, Cameron, Little C's, Lil Kim, Junior Mafia, Tracy, I don't know, Tracy Murray, Tracy Lee, on the commission. And I think the contract was for so many years for like 62 million. It comes out to like $62 million.
And that's where things get even more complicated. Gene Deal believes that Biggie was set up and that his death wasn't, actually, a drive